Hello and welcome to Classroom Setup for 2026. If you are new here, my name is Chelsea. I am a third grade teacher in Pennsylvania heading into my 5th year in this classroom. It is the first week of August, which is when my district allows us to come in to our classrooms to start the setup process. I basically have the next 2 weeks and then in-service will start and kids will come. I do not want to spend these entire 2 weeks here. I'm going to see how quickly I can get through everything, but I will definitely bring you along for this series because it's always a fun and exciting time of year. It is just about 10 a.m. I've been here for like half an hour so far. I checked in with my secretary, dropped off any summer purchases. I picked up all of the supplies that were purchased over the summer and just started to wrap my head around everything that needs done today. I'm not gonna lie, I am a bit stressed, a little overwhelmed. You know, that first day is always very daunting. I'm not even sure what I'm going to tackle yet, so I think I'm gonna start by writing a list of everything that needs done because it's all just spinning up here in my head and I need to get it down, get it organized. So let's dive in. All right, first task is done. I wanted to do those window clings first so that I could sit at my desk, which is directly in front of my door and window, and not have it be super obvious that I'm recording myself while people walk by. But what I'm going to do next is my Meet the Teacher letters. I have the same one that I use every year and just switch up how many years I've been teaching and stuff like that. But it's currently on PowerPoint, saved on my personal computer. And so I always have to do it on that and then have to email it over to my school computer so I can print it on the school copiers. And I'm like, I need to just transfer this to Canva or Google Slides or somewhere where it's online and I can access it from any device. So something that could be very quick and easy, I'm gonna make it a little more of a hassle by converting it into Canva. We'll see how it goes. Well, let's dive in. So that was a bit tedious to transfer it over between PowerPoint and Canva, but it's done now, and now in the future I can just do quick little edits from any device and it'll be great. So I'm gonna get these printed out, and then I have the envelopes that I need to stuff these into so our secretary can mail them out later. I think they're going out on Thursday, but she wants them today because obviously that's a big job for all the students in the building. All right, that job is done, which is a fabulous feeling, especially considering that was the one that was actually due today. Everything else is just a at my own pace kind of thing. I think what I'm gonna do next is start moving my desks around in a formation. They're all just in a big island in the middle of my room. I have 22 kids this year at the moment. I typically start the year in table groups, so I think I'll do 4-4-4 up front and then 5-5 in the back. Okay, so now that I have done a crap ton of manual labor, I'm gonna take a little break. Oh my goodness, I've like worked up a sweat. It is quite warm in my room. I was able to get down all of my furniture that was on top of those cabinets, like wobble stools and my rolly carts, my 10-drawer carts, that kind of stuff. And then I tightened all the like screws or bolts on those to make sure they're good and stable. People always be hating on these carts. They're like, oh, they fall apart. You just gotta tighten down the screws. I have had this one since COVID. I have 2 other ones, one I use for STEM bins, one I use for like my student supplies, and we use them hard. Like I use this one, my students use those ones, and they are my favorite. Like I would purchase more. I have no complaints with them. Just gotta tighten the screws down. But right now, I think I'm going to do a sitting job since I am quite sweaty. I have my beads that I need to organize. Every year during the first week, we make friendship bracelets as a class. So I prep like little baggies of beads to give to each student with all the different colors and such, and string, and then the letter beads to spell third. So we make like little class friendship bracelets. So I need to organize the new ones that I bought. There are also a couple of bags that I ran out of like greens and blues in. So I bought specifically greens and blues to add to those. So let me sit, cool down, work on this, and then we'll see what we do next. All right, so I'm done with that organizing of beads project. I'm not like completely prepped on those friendship bracelets because I still need to add the letter beads and the piece of string for each kid, but my sister is coming in later this week to help me out, and I feel like that's like a simple task to delegate. For right now, it is already after 12:30. Don't know how that happened. Time is flying. I'm getting pretty hungry, but I want to wait until 12:50 because that'll be when I'm allowed, well, not allowed to. They want us to clock our time in like either hour increments or half-hour increments. Let me confirm that. But regardless, pretty soon I'm gonna head out to lunch. So before then, I think I'm gonna try to rehang my number line. It goes on like the very back of that back wall, or the very top of that back wall. And I had taken it down in April for state testing and just was like, I'm not putting this back up for the last couple months of the year. So I'm gonna put that back up, and then I don't know, we'll see what else we can get into. 1 hour increments. Okay, so I mean, it's gonna be fine because I'm gonna do sometime before lunch and sometime after lunch. I'll just even it out after lunch. Yeah, okay, let me hang up this number line and see if there's any other like little things I can do before I go get some food. We are back, we are energized, we are gonna keep moving and grooving. It is about 1:15. I'm gonna spend another, I did the math, 2.5 hours here. I wanna leave a little before 4 because that's when my husband gets off work, and then we can both get home around the same time. So 2.5 hours is a good chunk. What I think I'm going to do now is deal with a problem that June me created for August me to deal with, and that is my big cabinets. I did a lot of shoving at the end of last school year, and like I always have to shove some stuff in there, like all the stuff that doesn't go out in the summer like goes in there for storage, but also it's not very organized. So I think I'm gonna like take everything out, or like most everything out, and go through it, and that honestly might take me until the end of my day today. It's gonna be a big job, and I'm not looking forward to it. but I think because I have the energy now, I should do it now. So let's dive in. How long do we think it's gonna take? Okay, so lots of time has passed. I think it's been about 2 hours since I last checked in, but I've been very productive during that time. Let me go around and show you what's gotten done. So the cabinets have seen much improvement, especially this one. This one is pretty much as I want it. I might get a couple more bins for in there because it's kind of annoying me that it's uneven. Granted, I don't know what I'd put in those bins. Maybe like this nonsense, which is just like existing. I could also just like put this one down there for now so it's even. But while I was going through those cabinets, I kept finding things that needed to get in their new homes. So I got like this station set up mostly. I've got this area set along with the other side of my whiteboard, all those things. I've got a couple posters up. I have my class birthdays poster over here. And then I have the parts of speech poster back here, these cutesy things near my library, and then I brought the bins out so that I can get those in cubbies later on. They do need to be wiped out, did not have time or energy to do that at the end of last school year, so I'll wipe those out before putting them in the cubbies. So yeah, very productive day so far. I've got about half an hour left before I'm gonna head home. I think I'm going to go through some of my supplies to kind of like get ready for the next time I come in, where I do like the labeling for all the students. And then I also wanna go through and make sure I'm ready to do the birthday gifts that I give to my students each year. I wanna make sure that I don't need to like buy anything else for that. I usually do like a little white paper bag with a piece of candy, like a slime and a pencil. I think it's 3 things in there. It kind of varies from year to year. So I should check to see like what my stock is looking at like. So up in this cabinet is where I keep my birthday stuff. I have 2 left over from last year because I always make a couple extras in case I have students join my class. And then back here, I've got all like the little things that go into it. So, oh wow, I have way more Play-Doh slime than I thought. I put on my like supply wish list for this year, slimes, because I clearly didn't check to see that I still have well over a class set of these, which is fine, you know, nothing I can do about it now. So I'm good on that. I do not have any pencils. Did I do pencils last year? I'm gonna redo these anyway so that they're all the same. Yeah, I did pencils. Oh, I got like these glitter ones that are the thermal, they change color. I'll have to see if I can find those on Amazon again. And ring pops. Do we think these are still good? April of 27, perfect. So yeah, I've got those left. So I need pencils and I need ring pops, unless I switch out and do a different candy. We'll see whatever is cheap at the dollar store. Definitely gonna need to print more of my happy birthday notes. And then, yeah, I'm gonna need more of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, but yeah, I'm glad I looked into that. So now I know what I need to buy before the next time I come in and I can prep these. And then over here is all of, or mostly, my student supplies for this year, which I need to make sure I have enough of, I already noticed that I am short a pencil box. I think a kid was added to my roster a little later. And I want to make sure it's all like laid out in a way that I can just like assembly line down with all of their labels and whatnot next time I come in. And there are, of course, a couple of things that are like class supplies, like eraser caps, markers, which aren't gonna need labels or anything like that. They'll just need to go in my cabinets that I just organized. So let me go through this stuff and then see what else we've got time for. So time got away from me a little bit. It is now 4 o'clock. I need to get out of here. I feel like I'm in a pretty good place. 6 hours here, a lot done. That's great. I'm gonna check out with my secretary and then head on home, and I will see you guys on day 2 of classroom setup.